If you've ever wanted to experience a city that pulses with history, music, and a unique cultural vibe, New Orleans' French Quarter is an absolute must-see. Walking through its streets feels like stepping into another time. The architecture alone is a feast for the eyes: wrought iron balconies draped with flowering plants, colorful Creole townhouses, and cobblestone streets that echo centuries of stories. Every corner seems to hold a piece of history, from the colonial-era buildings to the hidden courtyards that are perfect for a quiet moment away from the bustling streets. But it's the music that really defines the French Quarter. Jazz, which was born in New Orleans, isn't just something you hear, it's something you feel. Strolling down Bourbon Street or Royal Street, you'll catch the sounds of brass bands, soulful piano riffs, and improvisational saxophones spilling out of open doors and street corners. Whether it's a world-famous club or a small street performance, the energy is contagious, drawing in locals and visitors alike. The way the musicians interact with each other and the audience showcases a mastery of both technical skill and heartfelt expression, making every performance unique. Design and atmosphere are just as much a part of the experience as the music. Cafes and bars often feature ornate, vintage interiors with hints of French and Spanish influence, creating cozy spaces where people gather to share food, drinks, and conversation. Outdoor seating lets you enjoy live performances while sipping a café au lait or a classic New Orleans cocktail. Even the street signage and lampposts feel thoughtfully crafted, contributing to the city's charm and making every stroll feel like a curated experience. One of the French Quarter's strongest selling points is its immersive culture. It's not just a tourist destination, it's a living, breathing community where traditions thrive. Seasonal events like Mardi Gras and Jazz Fest bring the city to life in ways that are both spectacular and authentic, offering experiences you can't replicate anywhere else. And for first-time visitors, there's a sense of discovery in every alley and courtyard, with hidden jazz clubs, art galleries, and local eateries waiting to be explored. Whether you're a music lover, history buff, or just someone looking for a city that engages all your senses, the French Quarter delivers. It's a blend of vibrant energy, architectural beauty, and musical genius that creates a truly unforgettable experience. And the best part? No matter how many times you visit, there's always something new to see, hear, or taste, a reminder that New Orleans isn't just a place, it's an experience. Niagara Falls in New York is one of those places that instantly feels larger than life. The moment you arrive, the sound hits first, a deep, constant roar that reminds you just how powerful nature can be. Located on the American side of the Niagara River, this area gives you front-row access to the American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls, along with dramatic views of the massive Horseshoe Falls just across the border. It's not just a quick photo stop, it's a full sensory experience. One of the key features of Niagara Falls, New York, is how close it lets you get to the action. Attractions like the Maid of the Mist boat tour bring you right into the mist at the base of the falls, letting you feel the raw power of thousands of tons of water rushing past every second. From a performance standpoint, the falls are constantly impressive, over 3,000 tons of water flow over the edge every second during peak season, making it one of the most powerful waterfalls in North America. Even for visitors who aren't into numbers, the sheer force is impossible to ignore. The design of the New York side is centered around Niagara Falls State Park, which blends natural beauty with thoughtful human planning. Wide walking paths, scenic overlooks, and green spaces are laid out to guide visitors smoothly from one viewpoint to another without feeling overcrowded. Unlike the flashier Canadian side, the New York experience feels more natural and immersive, with fewer distractions and more focus on the falls themselves. It's designed for exploration at your own pace, whether you're strolling, biking, or stopping to take photos. Another standout element is how accessible and educational the experience is. Attractions like the Cave of the Winds let you walk on wooden platforms just feet away from Bridal Veil Falls, while nearby visitor centers explain the geology, history, and hydroelectric power of the region in simple, engaging ways. You don't need to be a science expert to understand why this place matters, but there's enough technical depth to keep curious minds interested. What really makes Niagara Falls, New York unique is its balance between raw nature and approachability. Outer Banks, North Carolina is one of those places that feels both wild and welcoming at the same time. Stretching over 200 miles of narrow barrier islands, these beaches are shaped by the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the calm waters of the Sounds on the other. That geography isn't just scenic, it defines the entire experience. The beaches here are wide, naturally preserved, and less commercialized than many coastal destinations, which gives them a raw, untouched feel that visitors often notice immediately. One of the key features of the Outer Banks is how well the coastline performs as a multi-purpose destination. For beachgoers, the sand is soft and expansive, perfect for long walks, shell hunting, or simply spreading out without feeling crowded. For water sports enthusiasts, the consistent winds and waves make it a hotspot for surfing, kiteboarding, and windsurfing, especially around Cape Hatteras. The unique meeting of ocean currents also supports excellent fishing conditions, earning the area a reputation as one of the best surf fishing locations on the East Coast. Design-wise, the Outer Banks takes a refreshingly low-key approach. Instead of high-rise hotels, you'll see beach houses on stilts, wooden boardwalks, historic lighthouses, and small coastal villages that blend into the landscape rather than dominate it. This design choice isn't accidental. It helps protect the islands from storms and preserves the visual harmony of the coastline. Iconic landmarks like the black and white striped Cape Hatteras Lighthouse aren't just beautiful, they're functional pieces of coastal engineering with centuries of maritime history behind them. What really sets the Outer Banks apart is its balance between nature, history, and accessibility. You can explore wild beaches where wild horses roam in Corolla, visit the site of the Wright brothers' first flight in Kill Devil Hills, or kayak through quiet marshes just minutes from your rental home. The area's commitment to conservation means many beaches remain undeveloped, offering a sense of escape that's increasingly rare, while still providing modern amenities close by. In simple terms, the Outer Banks sells an experience rather than an attraction. It's not about flashy resorts or packed boardwalks, it's about space, wind, water, and history working together. Whether you're looking for adventure, relaxation, or a deeper connection to the coast, the Outer Banks delivers in a way that feels authentic, timeless, and distinctly North Carolinian. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, often called the birthplace of America, is a city steeped in history and culture, and two of its most iconic landmarks, the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall, perfectly capture its historical significance. When you visit, you immediately feel the weight of the past, standing in places where foundational moments of the United States unfolded. The Liberty Bell, with its famous crack and its powerful message of freedom, isn't just a relic, it's a symbol that has inspired generations. Even though it no longer rings, its presence resonates, telling a story of resilience, independence, and the fight for liberty. Visitors often find themselves drawn not just to the bell itself, but to the powerful inscriptions on its surface, reminding everyone of the enduring values it represents. Just a short walk away is Independence Hall, a masterpiece of Georgian architecture and the very site where the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were debated and adopted. The building's design is elegant yet practical, with red brick walls, white trim, and a balanced symmetry that reflects the ideals of order and reason that shaped the nation. Inside, the assembly room, with its high ceilings and historic furnishings, transports you back to the 18th century. It's fascinating to consider that the very ideas of democracy and governance that influence the world today were argued and signed within these walls. For those interested in technical details, the building has been carefully preserved, with structural reinforcements added over the years to maintain its integrity while allowing visitors to experience the space authentically. One of the unique aspects of exploring Philadelphia's historic sites is how accessible and engaging they are. The National Park Service offers guided tours that weave together storytelling, historical facts, and even little-known anecdotes, making the history approachable for visitors of all ages. Beyond the historical significance, both the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall are visually striking. The bell's dark, weathered surface contrasts beautifully with the bright, airy interior of the Liberty Bell Center, while Independence Hall's classic red brick and white accents make for perfect photo opportunities and a striking example of 18th century design aesthetics. Philadelphia itself enhances the experience. The city combines modern amenities with historic charm, offering nearby museums, cobblestone streets, and vibrant neighborhoods that provide context and energy to your visit. For travelers who appreciate both culture and convenience, the area around these landmarks includes plenty of dining, shopping, and public spaces to relax, making a day of exploration seamless and enjoyable. Whether you're a history buff, architecture enthusiast, or just looking for a memorable cultural experience, the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall deliver a rich, layered experience that balances education, inspiration, and a strong sense of place. Welcome to the Puna Rainforest on Hawaii's Big Island, one of those places that feels less like a destination and more like stepping into a living, breathing ecosystem. This is a tropical jungle shaped by fire and rain, where ancient lava flows don't just sit quietly beneath the surface but actively weave through dense greenery. It's famous because it shouldn't work on paper, molten rock and fragile jungle life sharing the same space, yet here, they've created something incredibly resilient and visually striking. What really sets the Puna rainforest apart is how lava defines the landscape. Much of the ground you walk on was formed by relatively recent volcanic activity, and over time, nature has reclaimed it. Trees grow straight out of hardened lava, roots gripping cracks in black rock, while moss and ferns soften the surface like a green blanket. From a technical perspective, this is a prime example of primary ecological succession, where life rebuilds from bare rock, layer by layer, without any existing soil to start from. The forest itself is lush and immersive. Fern forests dominate large areas, some with fronds taller than a person, creating natural corridors of filtered light. Orchids, both native and introduced, add bursts of color, often tucked into unexpected corners of the canopy. The humidity plays a big role here, supporting epiphytes that cling to tree trunks and branches, drawing moisture straight from the air. For visitors, this translates into constant visual interest. There's always something new catching your eye, whether it's texture, movement, or color. In terms of performance as a rainforest ecosystem, Puna is impressive. Despite living on volcanic terrain with uneven soil depth and drainage, the jungle maintains high biodiversity and rapid plant growth. Heavy rainfall and warm temperatures drive this productivity, while the porous lava helps manage water flow, preventing large-scale flooding. It's a rugged but efficient natural system, built to adapt rather than resist change. Design-wise, if you think of nature as a designer, the contrast is the biggest selling point. Deep black lava rock against vivid greens, delicate orchids growing from harsh stone, and twisting tree roots exposed like living sculptures. Trails often feel organic rather than imposed, following the natural curves of the land. There's a rawness here that feels intentional, almost curated, even though it's entirely wild. The unique selling point of the Puna rainforest is its story. This isn't just a tropical jungle, it's a reminder that destruction and creation are part of the same cycle. Lava once erased everything in its path, and now that same ground supports one of the most vibrant rainforests in Hawaii. For anyone interested in geology, ecology, or simply experiencing a jungle that feels truly alive and evolving, Puna offers something rare, a front-row seat to nature's ability to reinvent itself. Picture yourself standing on the edge of the desert just outside Cairo, staring up at three massive stone giants that have survived for more than 4,500 years. The pyramids of Giza aren't just famous landmarks, they're one of humanity's greatest engineering achievements, built at a time when there were no machines, no steel tools, and no modern mathematics as we know them today. Yet, they remain astonishingly precise, stable, and awe-inspiring. The Giza complex includes three main pyramids built for the pharaohs Khufu, Khafra, and Menkora. The Great Pyramid of Khufu is the largest, originally standing about 146 meters tall and made from roughly 2.3 million limestone blocks. Each block weighs several tons, and what's truly remarkable is how tightly they fit together. In some places, you can't even slide a sheet of paper between the stones. This level of accuracy would still be impressive using modern tools. From a design perspective, the pyramids are masterpieces of simplicity and purpose. Their square bases are almost perfectly aligned with the four cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, showing a deep understanding of astronomy and geometry. The smooth outer casing stones, most of which are now gone, once made the pyramids shine brilliantly under the Egyptian sun, possibly symbolizing the rays of the sun god Ra and the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. Inside, the pyramids reveal even more engineering genius. Narrow corridors, ascending passageways, and carefully positioned chambers were designed to distribute weight and prevent collapse. The Grand Gallery inside the Great Pyramid, with its towering sloped walls, demonstrates an advanced understanding of structural load management. Ventilation shafts, often called air shafts, may have served religious or astronomical purposes rather than simple airflow, adding another layer of mystery and sophistication. Performance-wise, the pyramids have exceeded every expectation. They have withstood earthquakes, desert winds, temperature extremes, and human interference for millennia. While many ancient structures have crumbled, the pyramids remain standing, proving that their builders prioritized durability and long-term stability over speed or convenience. This kind of longevity is something modern construction still strives for. What truly sets the pyramids of Giza apart, their unique selling point, is the blend of function, belief, and technology. They were tombs, but also cosmic symbols, political statements, and engineering experiments on a massive scale. Built by skilled laborers rather than slaves, according to modern research, the pyramids reflect a highly organized society capable of planning decades ahead and executing with precision. In the end, the pyramids of Giza aren't just relics of the past, they're proof of what humans can achieve with vision, knowledge, and collaboration. Even today, they challenge engineers, historians, and scientists to understand exactly how they were built, and that enduring mystery is part of what keeps the world fascinated, thousands of years later. Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado feels like a machine built by nature itself, powerful, refined, and endlessly impressive the moment you step into it. From the first drive along Trail Ridge Road, you're surrounded by towering peaks, wide alpine valleys, and crisp mountain air that immediately sets the tone. This park doesn't ease into the experience, it delivers high performance right out of the gate, with elevations climbing above 12,000 feet and views that stretch for miles in every direction. In terms of performance, Rocky Mountain National Park excels in variety and capability. Whether you're a casual visitor enjoying scenic pullouts or an experienced hiker pushing into the backcountry, the park responds effortlessly. Over 350 miles of trails offer everything from gentle lakeside walks to demanding summit climbs like Long's Peak. Wildlife sightings, elk, moose, bighorn sheep, add another dynamic layer, showing how smoothly the ecosystem operates even under harsh alpine conditions. Seasonal changes act like different driving modes, with summer offering lush meadows and winter transforming the park into a snow-covered adventure zone for snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. The design elements of the park are where it truly stands out. Glacial carved valleys, jagged granite spires, and mirror-like alpine lakes feel intentionally sculpted, as if every angle was planned for maximum visual impact. Trail systems are well laid out and thoughtfully maintained, blending into the landscape without overpowering it. Historic lodges and visitor centers use rustic architecture that complements the surroundings, reinforcing the feeling that the park's design respects both function and beauty. One of the park's unique selling points is accessibility without compromise. Despite its rugged appearance, Rocky Mountain National Park is remarkably user-friendly. Scenic roads, clear signage, and well-equipped visitor centers make it easy for first-time visitors to enjoy, while still offering depth and challenge for those seeking more intense outdoor experiences. The park's location, just a short drive from Denver, adds to its appeal, making world-class alpine scenery available without a long or complicated journey. Overall, Rocky Mountain National Park delivers a balanced experience that blends raw power with thoughtful design and reliable performance. It's a destination that appeals equally to nature lovers, adventure seekers, photographers, and families, offering something new every time you return. Like a truly great build, it doesn't rely on gimmicks, just precision, durability, and timeless appeal that leave a lasting impression long after you've left the mountains behind.